Shut up and sit down.
Good evening everyone, it's your man of the hour, the Tower of Power, the living legend of professional wrestling punditry. Hello, my name is Lee Hazel and this is the SteelChair show where we stare into the abyss between what fans want from a wrestling product and everything that WWE actually puts out. This week, it's the last pay-per-view of the year, Roadblock, End of the Line. The subtitle is a clever way of getting around the fact that this is the second Roadblock pay-per-view of the year, the first one being a mere 9 months previous to this one. Sorry this one's a bit late too, I've been ill recently as you can probably hear and I've been caning the honey and lemon in order to try and make my voice at least somewhat presentable. Let me know if it worked in the comments. Anyway, it's the end of the year, everyone's got Christmas to worry about, WWE included, which is why they look like they were putting the creative brakes on this one. It looks like they've taken some time off creatively in order to recharge their batteries and come back strong in time for the Royal Rumble. Anyway, this will be the shortest SteelChair shot I've ever done. After all, if WWE are just going to phone it in, there's no reason I shouldn't do the same. Odd choice for the pre-show match as it included one of the biggest upper mid-carders in the company, Rusev, taking on a representative of their most popular tag team, arguably at least, in Big Cass. I thought for sure that this match would be Zayn vs Strowman on the pre-show, and while I am glad that Zayn, my wrestler of 2016, got on the main show, I still think that these two guys deserve better. I especially think they deserve better after I saw the finish being what I believe made this one not make it to the main show in the first place. Rusev tricks Cass into a countout. Thrilling. Even the pre-show panel seemed unimpressed. Roadblock kicks off proper with what will turn out to be the match of the night, with Cesaro and Sheamus, never Sheamus and Cesaro, ending the New Day's run with the tag team belts. The ending is really what sticks out here to me though. It was a good match, but even though it was match of the night, it still wasn't anything massively spectacular. But the ending is really the thing that I want to talk about here. New Day have been getting away with murder recently, screwing everyone and their mothers out of the title belts, but after the match, Cesaro still wants to hug them after they get beat. And for once here, I'm with Sheamus and oh god, there's the illness again. Oh, I won't be able to shake off that feeling for a while. New Day do not deserve commiserations. Then again, this is all probably to highlight the continuing differences between Cesaro and Sheamus. Looks like they won't be getting along after all. I guess a little character progression was a little too much to ask for this Christmas. Sami Zayn does the impossible and lasts 10 minutes against Braun Strowman. How fortunate for the former NXT champion. He gets to look strong simply by not letting his head get pulverised in. It's clear to me from this match that Zayn could work a match with even a member of Buckingham Palace's guard, but he deserves a lot more than to look like someone who can just meagerly squirm his way out of a beating. Perhaps I'm harsh. Perhaps I would prefer that this feud came to an end with a definitive victory instead of this weak-willed compromise, but then again, as this is WWE, this was probably the best I could ever hope for Sami Zayn to get. Seth Rollins defeated Chris Jericho in the next match, which is a thing that happened, I suppose. I had to rewatch this one twice, once because I was looking at my phone, and once again because I was busy eating. On the third time I realised it wasn't my ADD getting the better of me, it's just that this match was just so unbelievably, almost aggressively unspectacular. The one thing of note that happened in the entire match was that Seth Rollins kept trying to hit Jericho with the pedigree. Jericho kept finding a way out of it, which led to a rather satisfying conclusion in which finally Rollins hits the pedigree. The pedigree is protected as a finisher, it gets the 1-2-3 on Jericho. A satisfying finish, if possibly a predictable one. Rich Swann retains the Cruiserweight Championship against the Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins. Once again, the only thing of note that happens in this match is after it, and we have the return of the lying bastard Neville. I met Neville at the O2 during the announcement of the new UK Championship tournament, and the little shit lied right to my face and said he had no intention of getting involved in the Cruiserweight division. Anyway, this is the closest thing to a personality that Neville has shown since getting the call up from NXT. In fact, this is the closest thing he's shown to a personality since he played the heel against Sami Zayn, doubting Sami Zayn's ability to ever quite get to the top and reach the NXT Championship. I guess it's just easier to have a personality when you're a heel. His return did overshadow the match, but then again, it was really just a standard cruiserweight bout affair, which, in January of 2016, is nothing that spectacular. It's now clear to me that for the kind of thing that the cruiserweights are being asked to do in WWE, they need to get out with the arenas. WWE should just let them have their own thing on 205 Live, cut them out of Raw entirely, put them in smaller, more intimate venues, much like the ones that work so well for the Cruiserweight Classic, and have them work to a smaller scale. Now, this is probably not a welcome suggestion, as the Cruiserweights will likely be paid less for their efforts in this new future that I'm proposing, but then again, I'm here to criticise, I'm not here to pay their mortgage. Charlotte once again defeats Sasha for the Raw Women's Championship gold. The match itself tells an interesting story where Sasha battles through getting hurt, but the problem is that Sasha gets hurt way too early and spends too much of her time in the ring simply taking offense from Charlotte and lying on the floor, and that's just not that dynamic to watch, especially not for half an hour. And in a move that was foreseen by everyone who has noticed the pattern, which should by now be obvious to anyone who's seen the last 3 Raw exclusive pay-per-views and SummerSlam, Charlotte won on a pay-per-view. It should be obvious by now that they are building up to some sort of singles match pay-per-view streak that Bayley will beat at Mania, and now with the Sasha injured, quotation marks, there isn't anyone to win it back off of her on Raw, so the stage is set for her to have a long run, a good lengthy run with the championship until April's Mania, which will be a good thing, as this will make the Women's Championship seem a little more legitimate, having somebody having worn it for more than 30 days at a time. And I know you're thinking that this turn of events might seem the teensiest bit predictable, but here's hoping that they come up with something maybe a little more surprising than that, but at the moment, with the current state of WWE, I'm devoid of all creative hope. And speaking of no hope, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. This feud has no spark in it. The two most important people in the feud weren't even the two men fighting for the title. The two most important men in this feud was Owens and Jericho, which in itself telegraphs the ending somewhat. When the promo package pays more attention to the list of Jericho than to the challenger for the title, you know you have a problem. Owens hit Reigns with 3 frog splashes in this match, which Reigns should not have been able to get up from. But I guess we'll have to put up with stuff like that for the foreseeable future. Jericho interferes and all is well with him and Owens once more as he helps him retain. Wonderful. After all of that plot development we've had over the last few weeks, we're still at the same place that we were with these two back in August. Now, this was not a pay-per-view worth putting all the work in for, quite frankly. This is always a knackering time of year, and to have to make a review like this didn't help, and I regret spending the time to do it on something so mediocre. Still though, Neville's a heel, so I can look forward to that. Well, there you have it, folks. That was a SteelChair shot. Thank you for listening to all of my sick and ill ramblings. Please don't forget to like, to share, subscribe, to comment if you agree or if you disagree. Check out the mag at issue.com/SteelChair. That's issuu.com/SteelChair, where you can find all of our back issues, and you can find us all on Twitter at SteelChairMag and me at Fight Like a Cow. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.